Yo, what is going on, guys? So on today's episode, I've got a video for you here today from the wall. Without further ado, let's jump in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
I'm a single mom of a 2.5-year-old. I've been split up from my ex for about 10 months now. I still get hit hard sometimes with the grief and the loneliness of it all. Like, I took him to the park and we were playing alone for a long time, and he was saying cute things, funny things, and I was texting my mom and my sister and, telling them what he said, and then another family comes and it's a mom, a dad, and a son his age, and they're all three playing together.
Guys, am I the only one who finds it super weird when women jump on the internet and they have to include their children in the TikTok videos that they make? Couldn't leave the kid alone, couldn't leave the kid out of the video, but we have to just include their children into the videos where we are, fake crying about our lives. I find this to be so incredibly ridiculous. Also, all the time, you see these women wipe away these tears. I swear they're not even wiping away any tears. Like, it's all just for the camera. Yeah, they might be sad because they screwed up and made stupid decisions, but a lot of these videos are straight up just made for attention. Not because they actually regret something, or not because they actually understand that they made a bad decision, for example.
And the kid says something funny and they both laugh and look at each other and talk about it, and I literally had to leave the park because I started sobbing because I grieve that life so hard. You can have all the support in the world, you can have the best parents, the best family, but nothing replaces that relationship you have with a spouse.
Mommy.
Yeah, I mean, of course not. Okay, you go out here, you divorce your husband, you divorce your man, and then you're like, well, life is quite different without a man. It's quite different without a spouse. It's like, yeah, obviously, man. It's so crazy to me how these girls will go out here, they will do these sorts of things. They'll divorce their husbands of X amount of years, okay? They'll break up their family. And then the first thing they do is they jump on the internet and they cry about it and talk about what a big difference it makes to their life. Like, yeah, of course it makes a big difference when you remove the father from the children's life and from your life. Oh, it'd be so much easier if I got support from the man, or things like this. It's like, yes, of course, children are not supposed to be raised as a solo parent in the first place, much less as a single mother, guys. Single mothers absolutely struggle to raise kids by themselves.
And your kid? And sometimes it just feels so overwhelming that it still feels so heavy. And that the guilt still eats away at me, even though I know it was the right decision. Just the guilt that I can't give my son that life.
There are no phones connected.
See, this is confusing to me, guys, is because you'll have women who sit there and they'll be like, you know what? I feel guilty for divorcing my husband. I feel guilty for kicking him out of the family and making it so that my son or daughter has to grow up without a father. But then in the same sentence, they say that they know it was the right decision. Now, I don't know about you guys, okay, but I haven't gone out there. I don't think there's decisions that I've made in my life that I would consider a good decision that I feel guilty about. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was the right decision, then you probably wouldn't feel guilty. So for example, right, let's just say this dude did something awful. Okay, he's an awful, terrible, evil man, something like this. Okay, and now you remove him from the picture. If he was actually an awful dude, then surely you wouldn't feel guilty about removing him. You know what I'm saying, guys? It's kind of like, oh, I feel guilty that a criminal got charged with, whatever it is that they were guilty of doing. You wouldn't feel guilty because that's just what the person had coming, If the person was an awful person and you divorced him, you wouldn't feel guilty about it if it was actually the right decision. You know, if he was out here, he was a terrible person, maybe he was cheating on you, maybe the cops had to be called or something like this, and you could prove that he did bad things. You know, surely if you were divorcing your husband because he was actually a terrible man, you wouldn't feel guilty about it. The reason why, guys, I think a lot of these women feel guilty about it is because they know it's bogus, right? They know it's a good man, or they know they shouldn't have done it, and they did it anyway, and then they go on to lie about the character of the dude.
My son, like, that life.
There are no phones connected. Connect a phone and try again.
It feels really heavy and really overwhelming still. And sometimes I just feel really tired. This is all to say, if you're doing this too, you're not alone. Like, it freaking sucks. I don't know when it's supposed to get easier. I don't know if it ever will. I don't know if this is just the pain I feel forever. But if it is, I feel it with you.
I can just imagine all of the comments on this video, man. So this is a woman who, it says text on this video, it says divorce sucks. So obviously she went ahead and divorced this man. But I find it funny because you already know the comments are going to be like, oh, Queen, you're so brave. You made the right decision. Even though we have actual, you know, we have no information about this woman's situation whatsoever, just other than what she says on TikTok. But you already know there'll just be women in the comments like, yeah, Queen, you made the right decision. You did what you had to do. You know, you're so strong. You're so brave. All of these comments that just will make absolutely no sense, you know?
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
I will never be able to understand this feeling of guilt when you're the one who decides to break up your own family. She suffers when she sees a united family as God intended, but when she had her own, all she did was focus on how unhappy she was in that life and abandon everything.
Yeah, so when women, by the way, they see like these other successful families, they see families with the dudes in the picture, it's just like they see what they could have had. And usually what this means is they see the support that they're missing out on. You know, like, oh, I could have had a man in the picture who would lighten the burden on my shoulders. That's why, guys, you see all these single mothers, when they're out here looking for men, they're not exactly looking for love, right? They're not looking for their soulmate, as it were, as much as women try and convince you of this garbage. They're looking for somebody to share responsibility with. So when women see these other families, usually the pain that they feel is like, oh, this hurts because, you know, she gets support and I don't have the kind of support that I want. Now, this woman could be receiving child support payments or whatever the case may be from her ex-husband, alimony. But still, these women want people to take the burden off of their shoulders, which, by the way, they put onto their shoulders too in most situations, unless she's like a widow or something like this.
Because, of course, she deserves to be happy. 80% of divorces are filed by women, and this percentage is even higher among professionals. So, how do you complain about the man when you're the one who leaves? How can you say you love your children when you're the one putting them at a disadvantage in life? We don't know the details of her divorce. We'll dive into that in the next video. But it's hard to believe someone who claims to want the best for their children when their actions always end up prioritizing what suits them best.
What on earth is this, man? Oh my goodness.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. I thought I'd do a little chatty get ready with me. Feeling a little dark this morning, so.
What the hell is this? Divorce Diaries. I'm assuming this acronym means get ready with me. And she's got a couple of emojis here. This is what I'm talking about, guys, is women will go out here, they'll get divorced, okay? They'll ruin their families and stuff like this. And then they'll just turn it into like diary posts for the internet to see. I do not for the life of me understand this, because all that it says is, hey, listen, I want attention. Why would you want attention for a divorce? I don't understand this. I miss the days, guys. I really miss the days where people would actually consider their private lives to be private business. You know, you don't share this crap all over the internet. No, I don't need to know about this woman's divorce diary or her divorce, you know, how it played out and things like this. Nobody has to know about this, to be honest. Like, this is nobody's business. And yet these people put this on the internet and then they wonder why dudes don't want to date them. Can you guys imagine, right? Going out, you're considering dating a woman. You come across this video where she's going on about divorce diaries with her ex-husband. Like, holy hell, man.
To be honest, I usually cope with just like humor, but I'm afraid I don't even have that to offer today. I feel like I've been kind of vague with my current life situation, and that's because it's all still kind of new to me too, and I just needed a second to adjust.
Wait, I've just realized, is this the woman from the previous video? I know the host from The Wall said that we'd be seeing it in the next video. Is this the same woman? Let me have a look. They just look so different in every single clip because of the makeup that they put on their face, guys. Is this the same person? I think it is. Like, my goodness, man. My goodness.
Situation, and that's because it's all still kind of new to me too, and I just needed a second to adjust. I've mentioned before, but my son and I are living with my parents right now. I'm kind of in the early stages of a divorce. And it quite literally sucks the life out of me. I was at my old house last night picking up the majority of what's left of my personal belongings. That was definitely emotional. It's this stage of like going to the house, getting your things, seeing old photos, even just like the familiar smell of it all. Like, it just literally like knocked the wind out of me.
What is it? Do these people think that they're writing like a novel or something? I don't understand. You know, guys, and then the smell of the autumn leaves washed over me and I was reminded of my childhood. Like, get to the point, man. But of course, this is a divorce diary where she's sharing her whole like personal life situation. I don't know. So long story short, we have the kid now, and then we're living at home with the parents because she's in the early stages of her divorce. I'm assuming she hopefully wants to get money out of the guy. I don't know how well off this guy is. Maybe she's angling for a house as well. But at the very least, she probably wants child support. So, you know, she's shacked back up with the parents until such time as she could probably extract resources from the guy. And then she'll probably go out there and try and rent a place.
Your smell of it all, like, it just literally like knocked the wind out of me. And so that was hard, but I did it. And then the icing on the cake was Breeze stayed with his dad last night. And so then I just left Breeze. And as a mom, that will never get easier, I don't think either. It literally just feels like I am leaving a limb behind. It feels so unnatural to not put my baby to sleep every night. So it was honestly just a hard day yesterday and hard morning this morning. But I also want to say this to anyone that's going through this or has gone through this or is about to go through this. You can do it. I am God's weakest soldier. Like, I am so soft and I'm getting through it just fine. And if you would have told me that I was going to be going through this, I would have said, like, I can't survive it. I could not survive that. I would never be able to survive a divorce with a child. Like, that will literally kill me. That'll take me out.
As you could see, this is a 35-year-old woman with a child who decided to end her 10-year marriage. Although we don't know the full story yet, looking at her videos, the pattern is clear.
Wait. Let's go back again. Wait, so this is the woman in the center here from this video. Let me see if I can make it bigger. The woman in the center here is the one making the videos. Like, I think we can all see what's going on here, right? We've got the girlfriends around, you know. She's back hitting the streets. Yeah, I mean, I think we've all seen this crap before, guys. Yeah, I feel so guilty. I just had to leave him, you know. And then she's got TikToks on her page of like her and the girls ready to go for a night out. Like, come on now, man. Like, I think we've all seen this before, and we all kind of understand what this means.
Of single friends on the sidelines, a life centered around the gym, and a housewife role that didn't seem to fulfill her. This reinforces the saying that if your woman has many single friends after 30, the next single one will be her. It's a cycle repeated by many women who fail to mature, who want to keep living as if they were in their 20s. They prefer the girls' trips, the constant outings, instead of building a life of stability. Why do I say this? Let's just take a look at the next video.
And I was so wrong. Like, all of that to say, like, you will be fine. It's definitely been the most humbling experience of my life to have a 10-year marriage end and move back in with my parents into my childhood bedroom and lean on them for emotional support.
Holy hell, guys. 10 years. 10 years down the drain, right? But don't worry, we've returned to the streets. So this woman divorced her husband of 10 years. As of yet, we haven't heard the reason for that. I assume she tries to say, I don't know, guys, but we haven't heard the reason as yet. We're going through her. How many minutes into this woman's divorce diaries are we? And we still don't even know why she initiated a divorce with this guy that she feels oh so guilty about. Let's keep going.
But with that has also just come so much like growth and self-love, and
of
it's
course,
been really
yes,
beautiful and healing, all the good things too.
Yeah, guys, divorced my husband of 10 years, but don't worry, it was a very healing process.
I remember hearing this concept on a podcast once, and it has really just stuck with me throughout this entire process as well. And it's this idea that you can have two like opposite or contradicting feelings at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're insane, this would probably be fine. Like, guys, these people have lost the plot. They have lost their marbles. You can have, what is this? You can have two, like, opposite or contradicting feelings at the same time. I don't know what podcast this woman is watching. I don't know where these women get this crap, guys. It's probably some womanist podcast that tells them these things. But I don't know. We call this cognitive dissonance, but apparently this is normal.
Or contradicting feelings at the same time, and both can be true. So I feel like that's honestly what's gotten me through. Like, I have been sad, grieving, angry, bitter, but like at that same time, I have also been fulfilled, happy, joyful, peaceful, content. I can be happy and sad. Like, I can have both of those feelings and not try to push out one or the other.
See, this is what I'm saying, guys, when I mean that some of these women are just complete psychos. We're happy and we're sad at the same time. We're angry and we're bitter, but we're also fulfilled. I mean, hell, why don't we just throw every emotion under the sun and try and experience it all at once? You know, why stop there? Just throw everything together at this point. These women are complete nut jobs, guys. Right? Here's what I think happened. I think that the streets were calling. She wanted to return to having fun now that she had the kid, and she thought that she could perhaps get some resources from this guy. And so she thought, you know what? I'm bored. I'm done. I want to return to the streets. She ends her marriage of 10 years. And of course, she's stressed about her financial situation. You know, things are tumultuous, but hey, there's a light on the horizon. She can go out there and hook up with random dudes now. So now she's happy. So although she regrets this life-altering decision, she probably doesn't really. Although it's been a very life-changing event for her, she still gets to go out there and hook up with random dudes. So, hey, we're happy and we're sad at the same time, guys. Boom. You know, emotional alchemy. I don't know what the hell these people are on about, guys. I think if I had to live a day in their shoes, I would just go clinically insane, I think. These people are complete nut jobs to me.
Have both of those feelings and not try to push out one or the other. Anyways, I know I've been rambling, but I feel like I just always see people out on the other end of it, and they're like success stories of making it through and whatever, but like, I'm just kind of in the middle of it, and I just wanted to talk about how it feels to literally be doing the thing that's really hard, and to hopefully just like give hope to anyone else who's going through it too, let you know that like you're not the only one going through it, because it can feel like the most lonely and isolating thing in the entire world. I just want to thank you guys for being here and being my internet friends. It's been like a very unexpected, fun community. So thanks for being here. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey, bro. What? Oh, my God!
See what I mean? Where did she move? To her parents' house, of course. Now they're the ones responsible for the grandchild. Meanwhile, she can go out with her single friends, enjoy life, demand child support from the father, and of course, get financial help from mom and dad.
Yeah, these parents must be pissed, man. You know, you see your daughter go out there, she finally builds a, you know, she finally finds a man after all this screwing around that she does. You know, she's in that 10-year marriage, things are going good, she has a kid, and she's back at home and leeching off of you again. Oh, but she left because she was unhappy, guys, you know. Like, these parents this must happen a lot. I think I've seen quite a few videos of this, actually, where this seems to be the go-to move for these strong and independent women, is they'll divorce the husband, then they'll go immediately live with the parents, right? So now they're receiving financial support from the parents, and then they also try and get the dude on the hook for child support and alimony if they can. And so all of this to say that now they can return and go back out there partying and things like this. But don't worry, guys, it's a healing phase, and they're putting their children first, apparently.
In the meantime, she makes TikTok videos about how hard divorce is, looking for attention with her personal growth story. Responsibility is kryptonite for women. Most of them don't want to be wives or take care of a home. They want to live the single life, even while married.
Yeah, here's the thing, guys. I don't care. I think many men don't particularly give a damn if women want to go out and have their fun, right? No, like, nobody cares, okay? Go out there, have fun, hook up with a bunch of dudes. You're not my problem. I don't have to look after you. I don't have to talk to you if I don't want to. So things are great, you know? But the thing is, guys, is women try and play both sides at the same time, okay? They want the traditional aspects, they want all the support, they want to have kids, they want to get married, but they don't want to be a mother, they don't want to be a wife, and at the same time, they want to go out there and, you know, have their fun and hook up with dudes at the club. You know, if you don't want to be a mother, if you don't want to be a wife, that's fine. But don't do this, like, I would call it cosplay for like 10 years, where you pretend like this is something you're interested in. It really isn't. A lot of these women are doing these things because they know at the end of it, they can use the government to extract resources from the guy. They know that they're not wife material. They know that they want to go out there and have their fun, but they do this because they know they're rewarded for it, even though they're not wives, they're not mothers, and things like this.
Marriage has become just another checklist goal. Have the wedding, get married, live together for a while, have a child, get divorced, and move on as if nothing happened. We see different stories, different faces, but always with the same purpose.
I got a call the other day from a client whose divorce I had finished up about 5 years ago, and that wasn't the first phone call. As a matter of fact, I had probably gotten 50 phone calls and probably just as many emails from her during the time period after the divorce, the 5 years. And here's the reason why. She wanted revenge. She wanted her pound of flesh. Her husband had left her for another woman, had left her with 2 kids, and he had gone on with his life. As a matter of fact, he had gotten remarried. He had got a good job, a nice house, nice car. Everything from the outside looked like he was doing quite well, and that made her angry because she was not doing well. But part of the reason why she wasn't doing well is because she could not let go. When you get divorced, you've got to put that behind you and move on with your life. And I understand there's going to be a period of grief. There's going to be a period of anger. All of those emotions will come to the surface, but at some point, you have got to let go and move on with your life. Otherwise, you're going to end up hurting yourself more than you're going to hurt the other person. Now, she may be able to get him held in contempt, may even be able to get him locked up, and that's going to give her some satisfaction, but it's not going to solve the real problem that she has. She's got to let go and move on with her life. When you get divorced, that's very important. If you can't do that and you hold on to that, it's going to cause you many problems in the future.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Did you hear that? They got divorced, he moved on, found a new wife, and he's happy. But because he wasn't happy with her, now she's jealous and wants to destroy him. Did you hear that? They got divorced, he moved on, found a new wife, and he's happy. But because he wasn't happy with her, now she's jealous and wants to destroy him. Because misery always loves company.
Yeah, so wait a minute. Did she divorce him and then the dude just moved on and got remarried and now she's pissed? Because if so, that is absolutely hilarious.
Just hearing this, you can imagine the hell this man must be living. She's probably making his life impossible with the kids. And the worst part is that even after separating, she still has the power to ruin him. As the lawyer said, she can have him declared in contempt or even get him locked up. And all of this, why? Because this man had the courage to move forward. Meanwhile, she can't let him go and would rather use the system against him. Then they say the patriarchy oppresses them, when the law is clearly designed to allow them to ruin the life of a man who's just trying to do the right thing.
Wait, so she divorces him, the dude moves on to another woman, gets remarried, and now she's pissed, and because she's not happy, she's trying to get him locked up. She's trying to get this guy thrown in jail. This is why, guys, this is the kind of crap that dudes hear, and they're like, why on earth would I get married in the first place? You mean to tell me that I can have some vindictive ex-wife that threw me out? She can now just go ahead and try and throw me in jail because she's mad that I moved on, or because she couldn't extract resources from me. You know, let's just say the woman fails to get child support and she's super pissed about it or something, then she can still pursue some kind of legal action. Like, why the hell would dudes want to even involve the governments into their personal lives in the first place? I don't understand this. I think many men feel the same way. They're just like, yeah, screw that. I don't want a marriage to exist between me, a woman, and the government. It's stupid.
This is terrible, brothers.
There's a reason that men make fun of single women.
And what reason would that be?
Whether it be a single mom or someone who's just chosen to never marry. And it's because they feel threatened.
Somehow I doubt that.
The more women who take that route, the less women there will be available to them. And they're afraid of other women looking at those women who are single and being like, oh, like she's actually pretty happy and satisfied, and then following suit.
That's an interesting theory. I'll give one that.
So they make fun of them and try to paint them in a bad light so that doesn't happen.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
And the reason men want a larger dating pool is not because they actually like women and want to find like their soulmate or someone they love they want to share their life with.
Oh, okay. So what is the reason?
They're afraid of being alone. Well, they are afraid of being alone.
Some perhaps, but a large amount of men are actually perfectly happy being single.
But it's because they don't know how to do things for themselves. They want a wife because they want someone to cook and clean for them and take care of everything and basically be their mother who they can also sleep with.
That's actually not what most men want, but by all means, go on with that narrative.
Nothing makes a man angrier than seeing an older woman who is single and happy.
This is my expression as well, man. Like, oh, you know, please tell us more. This crap makes absolutely no sense. This woman's like, oh yeah, you know, men care about the size of the dating pool. They just want a lot of women to continue dating. Let me tell you this, madam. Most dudes do not give a damn. If you, as an older woman, say that you're happy, you don't need no man, you're no longer going to date, you know what the men will say? Okay, no problem. They do not care. I've seen this crap come out as well recently. We're going to be talking about this on a future episode too, guys. You remember like a few weeks ago, maybe a month or two, there was like a whole bunch of women who were claiming that they were like walking away from dating. Well, they've completely failed, but men encourage them to do this, by the way. You know, oh, I'm no longer dating because I'm so happy and fulfilled, and, you know, I'm going to really show men who's boss. And all the men just sat there and they said, okay, no problem, catch you later. And then the women are pissed because they got no attention from that point forward. You know, like the dudes simply didn't give a damn and they just lose their marbles over it. But yes, please tell me more about how men care if the dating market of older women is shrinking.
Before men come in my comments like, I am married. I am married to a man. But if you don't want to be alone forever, you're just going to have to step up because women are finally standing up for themselves and asking for more. And that more is what they've always deserved.
Granted, there are some men out there that do seem to enjoy making fun of women that are single. However, whether right or wrong, a lot of those women tend to make it a little bit too easy to do. But I digress. But do bear in mind that there are quite a few men out there that are actually choosing the peace of being single for a lot of the same reasons that women are. But I guess if one is going to worry about men making fun of women that are going to remain single, then I suppose one should keep that same energy for women that make fun of men for doing the very same thing.
When robots that can handle all household chores hit the market, it'll be interesting to see what the new narrative will be. We're going to laugh a lot at this, because with technological advances and how easy it is to keep a home clean nowadays, more and more men are choosing singlehood, accompanied by money and, above all, peace. According to the latest census, there are 331 million Americans, 50.52% women, 167 million, and 49.48% men, 163 million. That leaves a difference of 4 million more women than men. So why is the narrative being pushed that there are more single men than women? Either my math is wrong, or feminists don't know how to count. Because, based on these numbers, there are 2 women available for every man. Even subtracting the rainbow group on both sides, there are still more single women. Logic doesn't work with these women, but we'll keep laughing at them because the wall doesn't forgive.
I mean, here's the funny thing about these clips, man, is like people will say, oh, you know, you're making fun of the women. Honestly, when they say crap like some of the stuff that we've seen in this video, guys, I don't even need to say anything. I really don't. I think the women essentially make fun of them. You know, they make fun of themselves. We have this woman sitting here rambling on about feeling 53 emotions simultaneously that contradict each other. You know, like, am I supposed to treat that as anything other than a joke? This is, you know, this is new territory for me, guys, because I would call this cognitive dissonance, but apparently these people on TikTok think that this crap is normal. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.